This is not just another broadcast. This is Frozen Apex TV, where racing is treated like the elite competition it is, where preparation meets pressure, and where nothing that matters goes unseen. We understand the sport because we understand the drivers, the commitment it takes to be here, the discipline behind every lap, the difference between sending it hard and sending it home. That's why we don't just follow the race, we break it down, corner by corner, battle by battle, from every angle that tells the real story on the track. While others catch the moment, we capture the meaning behind it. The dive bombs that change championships, the defensive lines that define careers, the split-second decisions made at 200 miles an hour. This is coverage built for leagues that demand credibility, for drivers who expect professionalism, and for competition that deserves respect. No missed action, no wasted shots, just pure, uninterrupted racing, delivered with precision. Freeze the moment, own the apex. Welcome to Frozen Apex TV. The road to the East Series Championship has been anything but predictable. From the high banks of Daytona, where Cal Deese struck first, to Phoenix, where Anthony Ellie made his mark. Las Vegas belonged to Devin Mayfield, Chicagoland to Zach Stewart. Watkins Glen saw Stefan Ardell conquer the road. Michigan, Anthony Ellie again. Kansas and Atlanta 08, Russell Windsor staking his claim early. Richmond returned to Devin Mayfield. Bristol to Adam Beasley, and the Chicago Street Course goes back to Stefan Ardell, our road course ringer. At Indianapolis, Windsor. Kentucky, Matt Sisler answered. Atlanta once again, Windsor. Darlington, Sisler refused to back down. Talladega brought chaos with David McCulloch. Rockingham to Stefan Ardell, and Iowa goes back to Devin Mayfield. Then the playoffs start. Sonoma, Jacob Bessemer. Homestead, Russell Windsor. New Hampshire, Bessemer again. Charlotte, Evan Clapper enters the fight. Auto Club, Windsor delivers under pressure. And now, after all of the battles, all of the miles, all of the moments, it comes down to this. One final race, one final chance at Texas Motor Speedway. Russell Windsor holds the edge with 17 points ahead, but Matt Sisler is right there, ready to take it. One race, one night, one champion. Everything is on the line tonight, and it's still anyone's title to win. Welcome to the championship night of Superstar ARCA Series East at Texas Motor Speedway. Does that have your hair standing up on your arms and your neck or what? All right, Texas Motor Speedway, where everything is bigger, including the stakes tonight. This 1.5 mile high-speed oval has been delivering edge-of-your-seat racing since 1996, known for its wide racing surface, intense battles, and unforgettable finishes. But tonight, it's all about the championship. Russell Windsor comes in with a 17-point lead over Matt Sisler, but with everything on the line, it's still anyone's race to win. One mistake, one bold move can decide it all under the Texas lights. They say everything is bigger in Texas, and that includes East Championships. So buckle up, because the fight is about to come down to the wire at Texas Motor Speedway. How are y'all doing on this beautiful, beautiful night of racing? We have 135 laps ahead. Probably a real big heat race. We've got about 24 guys signed up for this tonight, and we're just letting them finish their practice runs here, and then we'll get into some qualifying. How is everyone doing? Blow up the chat here. Let me know how you're feeling tonight. It's championship night. It is championship night. You can see there we're in the Lone Star State, Texas Motor Speedway. Always a great race here. Unless it's like one of the first years running it through actual NASCAR, it's always a good race. I am very excited for this, just to see how it all pans out. We have We have some serious competitors tonight. I don't know what's up with this camera. Let's see if we can fix that quick. There we go. Have some serious competitors tonight. Obviously, the spotlight on Russell Windsor, only 17 points ahead of Matt Sisler. So if Sisler puts it on the pole, that's only a 7-point lead going into the race. So this is really anyone's race between the two of them. I've personally DM'd them both with that promotional video we fired off in the beginning. I hope that put into perspective that a championship night's kind of a big deal for all these guys. I hope that they are all fired up, and I hope we get one badass race tonight. Sheriff Ross, how you doing tonight? Ready to see my brother race? Who's your brother? Who's your brother? See the countdown of practice finishing up. Texas is a great track, 1.5 mile, real fast. Oh, Ty Weems. All right, awesome. Yeah, we're definitely gonna keep an eye on him tonight. He was pretty quick last week, so I assume he should carry some of that speed over to Texas as well. All right. Qualifying is about to fire off. Let's see who's all coming out here. Trying to get some guys on the track. Let's take a ride around with Russ Windsor. He is currently our high point man. We're going to see how he can wheeler around at Texas. I'll go ahead and I will get our tower of scoring, the tower of big power. So once guys start finishing their laps, you'll see where they're sitting. The tower of power. I like that one. That's like an old Mercury boat engine. 90-horse tower of power. All right. All eyes on the Office Depot number 20 Mobile One machine driven by none other than our high point man heading into the championship, Russell Windsor. A lot of pressure sitting in the cockpit of this machine tonight. Got to hold off Matt Sisler, who has been everything, including fast, all season. As Russ Windsor puts her P2 at the moment. P3, Dylan Harris knocks him down. So Windsor wants to get that good starting position in the heats. Wants to stay ahead of the mess. If he can put it pole, he doesn't even have to go to the heats. I think first and second get to skip the heats. Currently, Devin McIntosh and Dylan Harris don't have to worry about heat racing, but looks like Russ Windsor's putting on a heater for us right now. Let's see what he gets. P7. He's going to hold 7th here. As we were going to watch Sisler, but he hasn't fired in yet. Let's see. Jacob Bessemer. One of our newer drivers out here. I definitely like the bright green color on that. It's like a tennis ball green. Let's see how he does. Boom. P2 on that. Take a quick look over here at Ty Weems, see how he's holding up. Currently 18th. See if he can squeak a little more speed out of this Mustang on his second lap. It looks like they're going to take his first lap. So Ty Weems currently P19. Little work to do, but we saw it last week of him coming through the field, so not a stranger to that. Matt Sisler is officially out. The man only 17 points behind. He puts her on the pole. That gains him 10 points. Currently held by Kyle Taub and Jacob Bessemer. Let's see how Sisler does. He's firing it down the front stretch here. Matt Sisler, P2. He's got to scrub 1/100th of a second off of Kyle Taub. Can he find 100th of a second to secure his points? He is quick. Looks like this lap is going the way he wants it to. Is it going to be quick enough to get ahead of Kyle Taub? It is not. They're going to hold his first lap, which was a 29.572 Kyle Taub on a 29.560. Definitely a fast lap. Definitely gets to not have to race in a heat race. He's going to put it straight into the show. Owen Vance is still out. We have Adam Beasley is showing that he is here, but hasn't fired off yet, so I'm not sure if we're waiting on him. I believe that might be the case. I'm going to grab Matt Sisler and get his interview going here. I know everyone wants to hear from him, so let's let's grab Matt here. Matt, it is Fred up in the booth. You got a copy on me. Oh, maybe. Matt, you got a copy? All right, he may have stepped away for a minute. We're going to move him back down with his team. All right, I'm going to just shoot him a message. And let's take a look here at heat race number 1. Wow. There we go. All right. Heat race number 1, starting on the pole, Jacob Bessemer, Evan Clapper to his outside, Dylan Harris inside row 2, Niles Davis on the outside, Owen Vance in 5th, Dan Rabarchik in 6th, Devin McIntosh 7th, John Santoro in 8th. Blake McClung is going to fire off 9th, Matthew Bruce in 10th, Ryan McCall is 11th, and Caleb Yates is going to be 12th. 13th goes to Russell Windsor. He's got to make up some ground here. Michael Harris in 14th, Austin Wright 15th, Zane Woods 16th, Robert Weevil 17th, Nathan Swafford 18th, James Lambert 19th, Ty Weems is 20th, Jeff Yates 21st, Adam Beasley 22nd. I think Adam maybe a scratch. He might have loaded in. Yeah, he is in. He is in. All righty. Good to see that 29 machine out there. All right. We got a lot of fans here for the number 44 machine, the Surefire Doughboy Cinematography Raise Energy Hughes-Conveld Ford Mustang of Ty Weems. Car produced by 87 Designs. You can see EOTech on the rear door panel as well. A lot of fans rooting him on. Love to see that. Love, you know, my local dirt track when you go always says everyone has a favorite, and if you don't, pick a car color that you like. That's what they say at the local track here. Everyone's got a favorite. All right. Matt just messaged me back, so maybe we'll grab him for this heat race as we enjoy it here. Let's see if we can find Matt. Where'd he go? Where did he go? There he is. All right, Matt, it's Fred in the booth. You got a copy on me this time?
Yes, I do.
All right, there you going. How what's it like inside the helmet tonight?
Wishing I hadn't clipped the apron in turn one because my optimal was a .532 and it would have put me on the pole, and I needed those points.
We were talking about that too. We were like, if he gets that, that's a +10. That only knocks it to 7 on what you need to make up.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it for a moment. I went, oh, that's good, and then I remembered, oh yeah, there was 10 points that I really needed there. So just now it's just going to be just go out and run and try to get the laps led. We've proven with our 3 birdies Chevy, we can go out and get points, get the laps led. We've done it multiple times in the chase. We just haven't executed on strategy twice, or last week, just horrific luck to have that happen right in our lap. So
Right.
just have to go out and execute. Just can't make mistakes. I really hope I don't lose by less than 10 points because that last pole will be gnawing at me until Cup starts next season.
Oh man, yeah. I was thinking that I didn't want to speak it into existence, but it was there, but I couldn't give you the announcer's curse for saying that. What if you don't make the championship by 10 points or less?
Well, hey, I said it and you don't. I said it, so you're out off the hook. I didn't. I said it first. Yeah, just Russell's been very good at rallying. There's been multiple times where I've seen him have a bad heat race and thought, oh, we've got this, and then by the end of the race, he's right there. So we just have to go out and get max points where we can lead laps and just hope we can be far enough ahead at the end that it doesn't become a is that Glock moment on the
Right.
last lap. Just have to try to go out and get as many points. That's all we can do.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, the best case scenario is your most laps led and winning the race. Um, and I mean that's the absolute best outcome for you, and that's what we're hoping for you.
I appreciate that, Fred.
So I'm gonna send you back down to your team so you can strategize. Is Alan making it tonight?
No, he's a little under the weather, so he's not
Mm.
making it, unfortunately. But that's his car, his paint scheme. So we'll try to, if nothing else, go out and get that car in victory lane. Because I know for a fact he's been bugged the whole season by the fact that the 2 schemes I did for myself ended up in victory lane, and the one he did for all the ones he's done for me have not.
Oh no. Well,
So
that'd be a good send off for him for a championship with his scheme, right?
yeah, that would be if we can get it. If we can get it, we can get it. If nothing else, we're going to try to at least just put it in victory lane for him.
All right, yeah, yeah. That's gotta go out there and give her hell. Any sponsors or anyone you want to shout out before we send you back?
3 Birdies Golf Company for being the sponsor that's stuck with me. Alan, Lil Hooper Designs for the paint scheme. Just everybody at Superstar and you up in the booth, Fred. You've done an awesome job taking this on at the last second this season. So hopefully we can give you a good show tonight, if nothing else.
Yeah, I hope so. I appreciate the words, man, and we wish you the best of luck. And believe it or not, you'll have a lot of eyes on you tonight, so no pressure.
Oh, there's no pressure now. Now I've been trying to tell myself since last week that nope. Now all the pressure's on Russell to perform. You just have to not. You just not have to not mess up.
Yep.
He has to be the one that has to make. He has to drive defensively and make sure he doesn't lose.
Right.
I'm the one that now has to attack.
Yeah,
so
he has to
we'll see
defend
what
and you have
happens.
to attack. So the roles are reversed for a championship, and you're not really in that bad of a spot taking it on. So
Nope.
good luck tonight, and I'm sure we'll be interviewing you later.
All right, sounds good, Fred.
All right, later.
Take care.
All right, that was Matt Sisler. And we're going to see if we can get Russell Windsor here while we are doing the warm-ups. Mr. Russell Windsor, high point man, all the pressure's on. How you feeling tonight?
Oh, I did a ton of practice and then I just biffed my qualifying lap. So that wasn't great, but Matt didn't get the pole. So those bonus points were pretty critical, or
Yep.
could be critical. We'll see how. I'm in 8th now, so I got to get up there first. But Just gotta race my race. I feel excited. It's gonna be fun, and that's the big thing.
Yeah, that's what Sisler. We were just talking to him while you were out qualifying or running your heat race, and I guess he said he missed a mark coming into one, and his split said he could have been a little bit quicker if he would have hit that mark, but fortunately for you, he missed that mark, and that put him P2, so he doesn't just gain a 10-point gain on you before the race even starts. So we're still sitting at that 17-point difference. And
he likes to lead them laps though.
that's the other kicker. But I notice a lot of our quick guys are up there as well. So hopefully you've been rubbing some elbows in the garage with them, and maybe they can lead a couple more than Matt on for your sake, right?
We'll see. I feel like me and Matt have both pretty much raced everybody in here clean as can be all year, and vice versa. So.
Yeah, you guys are two cars we rarely see in IRT, and no one really complaining about you in the Back Talk channel. So that's always a good place to be.
Yep. Well, I hope it's entertaining for you. Hopefully, we can get up there and race each other for it, and see. Maybe we can have a little 2011 Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards second finish here.
That would be fun. I mean, if we assume that, if just placing it out now, if he doesn't lead the most laps and it's a 17-point difference coming to the stripe, you got a 17-car cushion with a 24-car field. So,
well, it's 5 points per position.
Oh yeah. You're
so
right. I run a different point scheme in a different league, so yeah, you're very right.
If I finish third or better and lead a lap and he leads a lap, then there's nothing he can really do.
Right.
I think.
Right.
If he doesn't lead the most laps, then I just got to do fourth or better.
Okay.
So, we'll see.
All right.
Easier said than done. They Clapper, Bessemer, Harris, Taub. I mean, there's a lot of guys. Even Lambert coming from back there, my teammate.
Yep.
Santoro, McIntosh. I don't even know if he may be mathematically eliminated because of the field size, but he was still technically in the battle. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so a little bit of pressure. It seems like you're taking it pretty well. You're on the defensive side of the pressure, but I guess if you find the front and just lead it from there, you don't have much pressure to worry about at the end of it, right?
That's the idea.
All right. Anyone you want to shout out before we send you back down?
Oh, I think my wife, my dad, my uncle, my mom, probably all watching. So
awesome.
Hopefully, do well for them. We'll see.
All right. Well, we're going to send you back down to Viva Motorsports. You can hang with your team, and I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we'll be interviewing you here in a little while.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. All right. That was Russell Windsor, our current high point man coming into the night. And we got about just under another minute here of warm-up laps, and then we will be calling out our starting grid for the championship. If I'm quick with my finding of things. And I'm usually not, so bear with me. Nope, I don't think I'm quick enough. We'll have to look throughout the race and see if I can find it. I was just trying to find the race schedule was all, but we're good for next season. I was going to talk about next season, but I'll have to find that in just a moment because we got to get these guys going. We got a big Big race tonight. Starting tail. Now, this is all pending black flags, but starting tail. 24th, Devin McIntosh. Jeff Yates is going to fire off 23rd. James Lambert in 22nd. Austin Wright in 21st. Zane Woods in 20th. The fan favorite in chat, Ty Weems, firing off 19th. Adam Beasley, 18th. Robert Weevil, 17th. Ryan McCall, 16th. 15th is going to go to Blake McClung. 14th, Nathan Swafford. 13th is going to go to Caleb Yates. 12th to Michael Harris. Matt Bruce is going to be in 11th. Sorry, that went away. Dan Rabarchuk is going to crack into our top 10. Niles Davis in 9th. Russell Windsor, the high point man, starting in 8th. John Santoro is 7th. Dylan Harris is 6th. Owen Vance is 5th. Evan Clapper is 4th. Jacob Bessemer 3rd. And starting out front, we've got Matt Sisler, outside pole, the man chasing victory tonight. And Kyle Taub, inside pole. Man putting it on the pole with the fastest lap. But all eyes are going to be on that 93 and that 20, as those are the two chasing victory tonight. Sisler seems dialed in, talking to him. He seems focused. Windsor, just 2 cars behind him on that outside row, seems excited. Seems like this should be a fun time. A lot of guys seem to be excited that it's Texas. Texas seems to be a fun track for these guys to run, so let's hope to give all you people at home one hell of a send-off. We're hoping for a good race. Maybe, like Russell said, the 1-2 punch would be fun. But enough of me yapping. We got a race to start. Barney showing him the flag. Green is out for the championship. All right, Sisler on the outside, Taub on the inside. Sisler is going to be scored the leader of that lap, I believe, but Taub is putting on the pressure. Now, what Russell Windsor is hoping for is anyone except that 93 to be leading laps this whole race. 135 laps. At least cut that one down and out. Some grass getting thrown up there. 3 machine holding on the inside. Adam Beasley, I believe, serving a drive-through. I didn't see any sort of incident. Some of these drivers that have missed weeks still have penalties from weeks past to serve. As Sisler is the official leader of that lap. We have seen Taub being extremely fast, Bessemer being extremely fast. Owen Vance has been quick. Evan Clapper picked up a win recently. Matt Bruce is quick. Niles Davis, Dylan Harris, and Russell Windsor. Blake McClung. And the good part for Sisler, the guys behind him don't want to press and be super aggressive this early in the race. A, because they know that Sisler is running for this championship now, so they don't want to ruin that on him. But B, they don't want to burn up their gear too soon. You don't want to be super aggressive in the early stages of the race and then just lose positions and snowball yourself back too early. And you don't want to risk putting yourself in a bad spot and possibly wrecking out this early as well. So Fortunately for Sisler, it doesn't seem like anyone is trying to really set up a run. And that can be very unfortunate for Russell Windsor if Sisler leads a lot of this race. Ooh, there's a wreck just behind Evan Clapper going around. Owen Vance is around. The 88 machine missing the front. There is the yellow. As Evan Clapper, Owen Vance getting together. You can see some damage on that car. The first yellow is out, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about little kind of a scary wreck, because that was right in front of Russell Windsor. So let's take a look. We're going to watch this number 7 and this number 88 machine. I'm out of the turn, out of 4 here. I'm not sure what happened. We're going to slow her down a little bit. So it looked like Evan Clapper, definitely car pushing to that outside, collects it into the wall. Looks like he might have had some right front damage. Just lost control of the car. Comes across the front of that 88 machine of Owen Vance. See Evan Clapper sliding through the infield. Owen Vance, heavy front end damage. Russell Windsor crapping his pants, getting around it, as is everyone else in front. No one wants to ruin the race this early. But a tough break. Looks like we have a little more contact in the back there. Not sure who the other car was. Oh, that was Zane Woods. Was there contact with Zane here? Let's take a look. It looked like he may have gotten bumped. Let's take a peek. So right here, Zane, heavy on the brakes, sees the smoke. Good response. Goes to the bottom. Looks like the 54 might have caught the rear end of that car a little bit. We're going to go back live. I don't assume. So the 7 of Evan Clapper currently in the pits. Sisler stayed out. Couple cars took the pit there. Slept the hell out of that wall. Could have been way... Yeah, that could have been very bad for this early in the race. That could have been detrimental. Another Ty Weem fan. Ty is just selling T-shirts at the booth. Love it. Love to see it. Gonna throw the poll up in chat here. Like we do each week, what do you guys think's gonna win? Ford, Chevy, or Toyota? So you got a Chevy of Sisler, a Ford of Taub, a Chevy of Bessemer. Russell Windsor is in a Toyota. He's currently the best performing Toyota at the moment, in 6th. So we are 2x2. Go ahead and vote on that poll. Let me know what you guys think is going to win. Doesn't have to be a driver, it just has to be the manufacturer. And on the score tower, I put what each driver drives. The logo is right next to their name. I know a lot of Ty Weems fans out there. I believe he is in a Ford. He's in a Mustang. All right, we're hoping he starts coming through the field. It'll be fun to see him battling for the lead. but the lights are off. On the pace car, makes the hard left-hand turn. Matt Sisler, Kyle Taub firing us off. Part 2 of Texas is Green. Looks like Sisler had a good jump, but it looked like Bessemer had a good jump as well on that bottom. 40 machine's kind of right there. He's going to have a strong drive coming out of 2. Sisler took a little bit of a lower approach there, trying to close the door on the 40, and the 3 comes down in front of him. Kyle Taub closes the door on the 40. Honeybee, Sheriff, I don't think anyone else has rooted for anyone other than Ty Weems tonight, so you guys are owning chat right now. You have your own, like, wave through the fan section going on. Everyone's got their bellies painted of his last name. Which works because you have more than, what is his last name? Five letters. You can just keep putting in more E's. Sisler doing what he does, leading laps. That's going to make up some points. But Windsor is up in 5th. Russ Windsor's up 3 spots. Current biggest mover right now is Blake McClung here in the 25. He's up 8 positions. That comes out number 25 of Blake McClung. Now, we also get the honor of seeing Caleb Yates tonight, a driver we don't usually get to talk about, as he is one of our Cup drivers, getting an East Provisional to race down here with his father. Took that opportunity. I don't believe he's in a shootout for points in the Cup Series, so he come down to race with the boys and race with his father, Jeff. Jeff here in the number 70, racing for Auto Shot. A couple drivers out of Missouri. Jeff is a weekly regular. Austin, and now I'm on the Ty Weems bandwagon. Let's go, Ty! All right, we got everyone. We got everyone. Well, let's see how he's doing. He's up 8 spots. Ty has moved up into 11th position. Driver out of Griffin, Georgia. He's moved up to 11th. He's up 18 spots. Fired off from 19th. Sorry, he's up 8 spots. He fired from 19th. Moving his way through the pack here. Back to the front, the 3 birdies 93 of Matt Sisler. Driver out of Michigan. Currently still leading her. Kyle Taub trying to put the press on. But just kind of maintaining right in that little draft pocket behind. If you ain't first or last, wise words from Ricky Bobby. Russell Windsor, you're looking to make, got to start kind of building some ground. I mean, he's got a lot of buffer, but he kind of needs Sisler to fall back to 2nd place. If Sisler falls back to 2nd and someone just leads a lot of laps, Russell's sitting pretty good. But I do believe Russell wants to lead at least one lap just for a little points buff. As Kyle Taub making the move to the inside of Sisler. Russell Windsor is loving to see this. How hard is Sisler going to fight for that lead? I assume quite hard. Definitely going to want to put the blocks on that number 3 machine as he wants to lead every lap that he can. Another East driver, won at Talladega. David McCulloch is texting me. Shout out to Dave. I don't know if you're watching the broadcast, but sucks he got called into work, so he unfortunately wasn't able to make the race. The joys, thrills of chemical spills. Number 3 putting the press on the inside. What that's doing is that is allowing Jacob Bessemer to catch up. You can see the 40 is now in the rear view. That 3 just seems to have a little bit more drive on the inside. He's going to try to capitalize on the pass here, but we've seen Sisler be a little quicker through 3 and 4, but Sisler's going to nestle down and take that second place position as we now have a lead change of Kyle Taub. But Sisler's right back there trying to put the press right back on. Again, Sisler doesn't need to necessarily lead. Well, he does. He needs to lead as many laps as he can because he wants that points boost for leading the most laps of the race. So Sisler, every lap is the last lap for him, especially when you're sitting in second and kind of watching the leader put a little bit of a gap on you. So you have to play very smart. You have to conserve tires when you can. Gonna get a yellow. I'm seeing some drivers may have gone off track, but could be controlled. Let's take a peek here, just see what happened. No yellow is out yet. A couple drivers. Tyler Yates goes around. Okay. Ryan McCall in the 36. Caleb Yates both go around. Well, excuse me. Caleb went around. Looks like Ryan McCall was able to keep her straight. Now we've got Kyle Taub leading, Sisler trying to figure out how to get back around that Mustang. Russ Windsor back here chomping at the bit, trying to find the quickest way to make up some ground for them, using Matt Bruce as a little bit of drafting going on there. Or I assume that's what he's trying to do. Owen Vance is the lapper here, giving the leaders plenty of room, letting them by. Ty Weems rolling around in 7th place, right ahead of Blake McClung. Ty Weems up 12 positions. He's currently our biggest mover of the night so far, getting the Hard Charger Award. Up to 7th. Is Blake McClung making a move to that inside? Not able to complete the pass. Blake McClung's going to fall back in line right behind him. Michael Harris here. This is the next car in front of Ty Weems, currently in 6th place. Going to work his way around Owen Vance here on the front stretch, maybe. Take it in turn number 1. So Owen Vance limps that open wheel modified around the track. You can see the heavy front end damage on the 88 machine from that earlier wreck. John Santoro was able to sneak in front of Ty Weems. That number 12 machine here. John is trying to get out of a little bit of a skid. He came out firing, was super fast. Seems like once he put this paint scheme on the car, I don't know if it slowed it down, if his wrap guys somehow created a little more drag on the 12, but hasn't necessarily brought him the most luck. So nice to see him climbing his way out of that hole. He's fought his way back up to 7th place where he started. John is now trying to work his way to the front as well. Taub on the inside. You can see Zane Woods, Lapper on the outside, giving the leaders plenty of space to get by. That is going to allow Bessemer to take second as Matt Sisler pulls her into the pits. Sisler, I was just about to start talking about when do we think these drivers are going to start taking tires, taking fuel, when are they going to need it? You can see Sisler believes he needs it now. Kyle Taub still out leading us. Sisler pulling her out of the pits. That is going to allow Russ Windsor to be scored in the 3rd place position, ahead of Matthew Bruce. Word that John Santoro may have went off track. What may have happened here? So we have a few black flags. Oh, I believe he missed his pit. The poor luck in the 12 machine continues. I believe he was trying to get into the pits, cross the commitment line. Had a tough go on pit entry. Hate to see that. He was given a black flag for that. As the race leader's pulling him in. Oh no, Kyle Taub spins. Bessemer gets around him. No contact, no harm, no foul, but not what he wants to do on pit lane. That is going to allow Russell Windsor to officially lead that lap. That is good for the number 20 machine. He was able to lead a lap in the race. I believe that helps him with some points. Now, how long do we see the number 20 machine decide to stay out? He is off the gas, pulling her in nice and easy. Doesn't want to have another issue like he had We're not going to discuss that. As Russ Windsor's going to pull it in, leaving the lead up to Ryan McCall here with James Lambert in tow. As you can see, Matt Sisler has found his way back up to 8th place there at the top of the screen. Sisler showing some speed on these much fresher tires. He is now back on the lead lap, currently in 5th. Sisler did get his lap back. Ryan McCall is leading it. James Lambert in 2nd in the 54 machine here. Very colorful Toyota. As he's side by side with Mr. Zane Woods in that 87 machine. Devin McIntosh in the 74 is 3rd. Evan Clapper in the 7 is 4th, and Matt Sisler's 5th. Just behind Matt is going to be Zane Woods in the 87 and Bessemer in the number 40. Ryan McCall here. Last pit on lap 8. Currently lap 42, 43. He's definitely getting his use out of these general tires. All right, bear with me. I am quite warm. Just going to pull my hoodie off, so I'm going to be quiet for just a second. All right. So McCall, little bobble on the pit entrance. Doesn't seem like... oh, actually, they are going to hit him, possibly speeding in the pits. Same with James Lambert, both drivers with the black flag. Devin McIntosh is leading it now in that 74 machine. See Russell Windsor just sneaking by him. Matt Sisler currently in 2nd. About 20 seconds off McIntosh. So once Devin decides to pit, which is right now, Matt Sisler is where he wants to be. Took the early pit. And also was gifted a little bit of help from Bessemer breaking her free. Or maybe it was, I think it was Kyle Taub went sideways. But nonetheless, Matt Sisler is leading with a substantial 3.5-second lead with Jacob Bessemer, Matthew Bruce, and then Russell Windsor. So Sisler is going to tick off more of those laps led points until something happens, whether that's someone catch him, the next pit rotation, the yellow comes out. He is hoping for nothing, I am assuming. Jacob Bessemer trying to do what he can to make up little bits of room on Matt Sisler. Matthew Bruce right behind them. We're quite spread out here. A few seconds in between each driver. Then a big jump back to Russell Windsor. Currently 10 seconds off the lead. So 20 is probably hoping for a yellow here. Probably around the end of when he's looking for his next pit rotation. Restack the field, reset everything. He's up to 4th place now, with Michael Harris behind him by 5 seconds. I do believe he may have... Oh, let's take a look at what we're looking at already for pit strategies. I don't think we've had enough pit stops to show the strategy bar. So, Russ Windsor working with some lap traffic. Niles Davis on the outside. Devin McIntosh trying to stay on the lead lap in that 74 machine. As we are quickly approaching the halfway point. Trying to pull up how the points breakdown goes, so sorry if I'm a little bit quiet at the moment. I'm trying to figure out I'm not sure how the points, so just to be transparent, how the points of the league fall is a little bit confusing to me, as I'm comfortable following like traditional NASCAR points or similar. I didn't realize that it was 5 points per position, so that had caught me a little bit off guard. And then the little bonuses of most laps led versus the pole and the like. So apologies just for my lack of knowledge on that. I have to brush up on how these points all flow. And I'm trying to find out where I can find those points at, but I just can't seem to... Can't seem to find the points here. Okay, so you get 200 points for the winner, 195. So then it goes 200 and then down 5 points for every position. You get a bonus point of 5 for leading 1 or more laps. You gain 5 points for the most positions gained, 10 points for pole position. Okay. And then another 5 points for led the most laps. So, at the moment, Russell Windsor is going to have 5 points for led 1 or more, and then another 5 points for led the most laps. And then if it ended right now, he is at 200, 195... 190, 185. He's 15 points ahead. Russell Windsor right now. So if it ended right now, I believe Matt Sisler picks up the championship. And I'm using that reference because we're only halfway through the race. So there's a lot of stuff that can happen. Like the sneaky Jacob Bessemer right here, right behind. Now remember, 4-lap newer tires. He's been conserving well, and Sisler's been trying to drive away aggressively. Bessemer could steal that lead away. But the issue is going to be at the end where Sisler he's already made up 10 points by leading a ton of laps here. So I don't quite know exactly how many he's led. I don't know how I could even pull that stat in the middle of a race, but I think it's safe to say that Sisler has led the most laps this race. Assuming nothing catastrophic happens, he's kind of closed the deal on a plus 10 for points. So Van Stan Rabarchik entering the pits. Now, a reminder, Matt Sisler last pit lap 34. So he's got, 34 laps on these tires. 33 laps, I guess. Russ Windsor just sitting patient, coming on the backstretch here. Being patient, waiting and hoping that Sisler bobbles, makes a mistake. Something crazy happens to that 93 machine. Sisler deciding to pull her into the pits. We were just talking about the longevity of his tires. And he is now pulling her in on lap 69. Nice. That's going to give the lead to Jacob Bessemer. He ran about 4 more laps than Sisler last time. And in this front pack, Russ Windsor actually has the newest tires by a lap. But with this going green for so long, everyone being scattered, it's going to be interesting to see what anyone has for the Sisler machine. as he is rolling himself out of the pits here in the 93. Let's wake up chat a little bit. Ty Weems, currently still rolling around in 8th place, but following a teammate there. Zane Woods in the pink number 87. Just got to wake Chad up a little bit. Got to show him the guy they come here to watch. Ty up to 7th place. Ty still the biggest mover of the race. No, I've been mistaken. Devin McIntosh is actually the biggest mover. He is up 15 positions. Ty is up 12. Russell Windsor decides to pit a little on the earlier side. So if my math is correct, Russell Windsor has led at least one lap. Race leaders are pulling it in now. It's going to give it to Dylan Harris in the 24 if he decides not to pit, which I don't believe he is. All right. So there's only a 5-point difference between Russell Windsor and Matt Sisler because you get 5 points to lead a lap. Russell Windsor confirmed led a lap. Sisler's led many. If Sisler's given an additional 5, that is going to knock 5 away, so that's a 12-point difference. So that would mean that Windsor would have to finish second if Sisler wins it. If Sisler wins it, Windsor would have to finish, I guess, 3rd or better. Because I believe, again, unless something catastrophic happens, I believe Sisler's going to be given the most laps led award of this race. And in the points standings, the 5 for leading a lap nullifies each other, so that's nothing. So he's just gained 5 points on Windsor. So instead of a 17-point difference, it is now a 12-point difference. 5 points per position. Windsor just has to finish no more than 2 positions behind Sisler. He is currently running on about 3 spots behind after this pit rotation finishes. Because Austin Wright here in the number 2 machine still needs to pit. His last pit on lap 39. He's running longevity. And that Blue Chew Fast Fred's Wrap Shop number 2. The Blue Chew Deuce, if you will. Doughboy Cinematography on the tail. Driver out of Hillsboro, Indiana. Has made, I think, every race this season. Missed the cut line for the playoffs by, I think, 1 point. Got snubbed. I know that Elite Motorsports, he's moved to Elite. They've kind of taken him under the wing, showed him the ropes. He's putting in a lot of practice, a lot of effort, a lot of work into making this 2-car go vroom vroom a little quicker than it used to. With some more seat time, you'll see this 2 keep making his way forward. All eyes on the 74 with the long run here. Last pit on lap 46. There is your stint length Why did that go away? All right, I guess we're not going to get pit strategy. Is that immediately broke? That's all right. If Windsor doesn't win, it's rigged. Oh boy. Windsor only has a 17-point lead, which is a good lead, but it's not invincible. It's not an invincible lead. They've both led a lap, so that nullifies the plus 5 points because they'll both be given that. Sisler has led arguably the most laps without having data, just watching the race. I believe he's led the most laps. So there's a plus 5. So that knocks that down to a 12-point difference. So if he finishes first for 200 and Windsor gets 195, that's only 5 additional points, which would then make it 7. If Windsor was third, that'd be 10 points, which would make it 2. So Russell Windsor needs to finish third or better if Matt Sisler wins this. And the pit strat is back. I didn't even click it. It just kind of fell back into place. You can see everyone's on pretty similar strategy. Devin McIntosh definitely running the longevities, 35 laps on these tires, which is about the same as the others. He just had a different strategy run. See, Sisler is a little earlier, as is Ty Weems is a little earlier. Just by a few laps. Now that few laps could matter in the late race stuff on who has a little bit more, rubber to play with on their tires, or who has that additional splash of fuel, because this could come into a fuel race at the end of the race as well. As long as we stay green, you might be seeing some guys make some risky strategy calls. As I guess we're done with the pit strategy, because that disappeared on its own again. Ooh, Niles Davis hard into the wall there. Kept the car straight, but trying to give the race leader some room, and it looks like he might have gave him a little too much. Russell Windsor needs to just make up one position, which would be Matt Bruce here in third. Which I gotta give it to these guys. I don't want to throw the announcer's curse out there, but this has been a real clean race. This has been a good clean race. I'm not trying to jinx anything. I love when it goes green. I love to watch these guys' strategy, and I don't mind an earlier night on the broadcast side, but I definitely appreciate a good clean run. I'm just putting it out there that I guess the last race was green for a while as well. Whoa, Matt Bruce into the wall. Again, I'm not trying to jinx anything, I swear. I swear, I don't want to see these, especially the guys up front. I don't want to see anyone there wreck. As Bessemer, about 2 seconds difference off him and Matt Sisler. Matt Bruce, Russell Windsor's about a dozen seconds off the lead. Now, I do want to invite you guys to Legends Racing Network. They are who does our Cup League. So after this race, if you guys want to watch the Cup drivers and see where some of your drivers are going to be going next year, we're looking at one right now, Matt Sisler. Move up to Cup. Russell Windsor was the Prawn King of Huron High School 2012. No way he loses this. All right. He needs to gain one position, and then he's in his comfort zone. want to say Ty Weems has snuck up to 6th place. So he peaked in high school. Nice to know. The thing is, if Russell wins or does find his way to 3rd place, if he gets that 3rd place position, he gets around Matt Bruce or Jacob Bessemer. Matt Sisler is going to kick himself so hard in the butt because of not putting this car on the pole, because that pole position is an additional 10 points. No yellow, at least not yet, but it says Blake McClung went off track. Let's take a look at the 25 here. See what's going on. Ooh, maybe a little contact. Sending Blake into the grass is the 54 of James Lambert. A little bit of rubbing, a little bit of racing. Kept her clean, kept her straight. From 19th to 6th. I don't know. He could do it. Is tonight the night for the 44? Got some work cut out for him. I mean, if he's actually wanting to race for the win, which I mean everyone out here is, but he is probably hoping for a yellow. Just because Matt Sisler has 27 seconds on a 30-second lap track. So Matt Sisler's only 3 seconds behind him. Matt Sisler's just right here. So Ty Weems being in 6th place, I mean, that's a hell of a run for him. He's up 13 spots. But if he's looking to actually try to win it, he's going to have a yellow of some nature and get this packed back up. Russell may be 0-12 in fantasy football leagues in his life, but he's truly the NASCAR GOAT. I believe it. Is he actually 0-12 in fantasy football? If you have dirt on his fantasy football, that is some stuff that a broadcast team needs to know. Honeybee, don't cross your fingers too hard, because we've had some people in chat pray for a caution for their favorite driver, and then it's their favorite driver is in the caution. I believe a few weeks ago we had some fans in chat of Alan Steigerwalt, and they're like, he just needs a yellow, and he can get 4 spots, and he'll be in the shootout, and then all of a sudden he gets the yellow, but it's his car sideways. Whoa, Adam Beasley in the wall on 4 exit. Don't jinx Weems. Don't say that. Hey, I'm not saying it. You guys are the ones that are saying he wants the yellow. I'm just saying where he's at on the track, he could use one. I don't want to jinx nothing. I don't want to be the announcer curse guy. He's good at fantasy football, but not great, sadly. You're saying it out loud. That's my job. I'm supposed to sit here and talk. Sir, I agree with B. It's like when you watch the NFL football, and they're like, this kicker hasn't missed a kick in his last 50 attempts, and then the very next kick he misses. You have a car crashed. I don't know if it's going to draw a yellow. And I'll let you know it's not Ty Weems. But Dan Rabarchik says he has crashed. We're going to take a look at that. He's actually given a meatball. I'm not sure what happened. As him and Santoro go around. It looks like he gathered it okay. Oh, it goes around again. Saves it. Doesn't save it. Oh, man. How did that not throw a yellow? Must be because it wrecked off of the track? Oh, and the yellow is out right now. They just threw the delayed yellow. We are under yellow. We are under yellow, ladies and gentlemen. That did throw the yellow. It just didn't update on my system here. So, here is the shakeup. We're going to have like 27, 28 laps to go when this goes back green. Zane Woods given the meatball. Dan Rabarchik given the meatball as well. Not sure what happened to Zane. Dan Rabarchik going to be out. Zane Woods going to be out. Ty Weems where he wants to be, up 13 spots. Looking pretty good. Sisler leading it. Bessemer licking his chops. I mean, he has been every lap taking a little bit of that lead away from Sisler. But this last stop, I believe, this is like a perfectly timed stop because these guys are going to have their equipment burn up by the end of this race. Because there's, at the moment, 35 laps left. So we're going to see some actual driving at the end of this. This should be fun. I do need to know, Russell Windsor is the greatest flag football player in the history of Taylor Farm Park. Think Wes Welker mixed with Julio Jones. Wow. What does flag football have to do with anything going on here right now? Wow. Wes Welker with Julio Jones. That's a... All right. That is quite a mix right there. As, ladies and gentlemen, Russell Windsor pulls it out of the pits in P2. Now, I do not believe there is a winner's bonus. There's not. There's not a winner's bonus. Pole, most positions gained, led the most laps, led one or more laps. So how we sit right now, at this moment, Russell Windsor being P2 is only going to give Matt Sisler a +5 off of that 12. So Russell Windsor is 6 positions ahead. 6 points ahead. So I guess what I'm saying, it's pretty good if you're the number 20 at the moment. Confusion up front here, I think. Let the guys get this stuff organized. See Matt Bruce settling in, Kyle Taub settling in. Ty Weems getting up to his spot here in 5th. I wonder if they may delay a lap. Just a little bit of disorganization up front here. Ty Weems. This has him 5th. All right, yep, that makes sense. Looks like we're slowly organizing our way in. Don't see the yellow lights coming on, so we are showing that we're going to be going green here. Race control must say they are ready to rock. Pace car coming out of turn 4. Barney's got the green flag in his hand. Russell Windsor, Matt Sisler, Two guys fighting for a championship, possibly the last green flag of the race. Matt Sisler fires us off. Russell Windsor in the position he wants to be in. I'm not sure how he got that pit stop so quick to gain a bunch of spots. I don't know if he only took rights. I don't know what the pit strategy call was there. He seems to be pretty smart with his pits and his strategy. Obviously, you're not the high point man if you're not. So, for those Windsor fans, which there's a lot of them out there, hopefully he made the right call. Matt Sisler made his call, still leading this. Ty Weems has worked his way up to 5th place. 44 machine. As Ty Weems putting the pressure on Russell Windsor now for the 4th place spot. Ty settles back in 5th. We have 29 laps to go, 30 laps to go, 30 laps remaining. Yeah, that caution falling right on like lap 100 was an interesting time, because that is, if this stays green, is going to put these cars right at their expiration date of the tires and of the fuel that they put in them cars. With, I'm assuming, some drivers towards the front hoping that there's another yellow that they're not involved with. And some of the guys in the back hoping that it stays green, as they might be set up for some longevity. One driver to note with that, I would have to say Ty Weems, Michael Harris, Bessemer. He was the last car on the lead lap, 40 machine, so they might be set up to run this all the way to the end. I assume our leaders are fine to go green, depending how hard they're actually running the car. As, whoa, we were 3 wide there for a second. Russell Windsor decided to take that inside lane. Remember, this 20 is fighting for 3rd place or better. Not necessarily 3rd place, just no more than 2 positions behind Sisler. Windsor's trying to make that move on the inside, getting underneath Matt Bruce, trying to make it stick on the bottom, but Bruce seems to have a little more drive on that outside. Sisler up here with Kyle Taub. trying all he can to get that car to stick on the inside of Matt Bruce here. He needs that position. That position is a championship right now in his eyes. But you have to get that spot without burning the tires off of that number 20 machine. Because not only do you have to get that spot, you have to hold that spot. Windsor is also rooting for Kyle Taub to make the pass. Because whether Windsor makes up one position or Sisler loses one position, the points pay out the same in their differential. Kyle Taub fighting for his first race win. Taub is there. He's not letting Matt Sisler get out of his sights. He is there just trying to time when to try to make the next move here. Looks like everyone in chat is heavy on Ford for the win. They're doing that for Mr. Weems in 5th place at the moment. $18 laps remaining. How it sits now, I believe Sisler will be our champion. He is doing everything he can. I mean, if he goes out, leads the most laps, he's done that. Wins the race, he's done that. After that point, that's all out of his hands. So he's got to drive defensively because he doesn't want Taub to get underneath him, get above him. Taub's trying to just win the race. Russell Windsor has to figure out a plan to get around Matt Bruce if that's a possibility. He's got 17 laps to think about that strategy. As it looks like Taub's trying to get it side by side with the 93. Kyle Taub, side by side drag racing down the front into turn 1. Car showing that it may have crashed. Not sure if it's going to spark a yellow flag. It's Owen Vance. We have a drag race for championship in the front, so we're going to keep an eye on that as Kyle Taub backs into 2nd. That's allowing Matt Bruce to catch up. Taub is putting the pressure back onto the rear bumper. That 93 trying to set up his next approach. Russell Windsor is not too far off. 15 laps left here. Sister told me he took PEDs before this race. Nice. See, I'm just an announcer. I'm not handling the PP cups. As Kyle Taub puts it right to the inside door. Might have touched there. Taub's really wanting to win this race. Red, white, and blue for the state of Texas. Looks like Sisler's got that drive on the outside still. Sisler has that Chevy dialed right in. But Taub trying to show some of that Mustang power. Holding the inside side by side for the lead. Owen Vance leaving the pits. We are door to door for the race lead. Russell Windsor just sitting back, licking his chops right now, knowing that if Kyle Taub completes this pass, he could be the next champion. Also knows if they somehow throw these cars into the fence, if he avoids that wreck, he could be the champion. Matt Bruce is also there in the 21 machine as well. And Russell Windsor, like we say every week, has found his way up to this pack. Russell Windsor is sneaky. He's real good at saving his stuff for this late race push. He's going to have it with about 11 laps. Wow, we almost touch right there. This is one hell of a battle for the win. I would almost say a 4-car battle for the lead. Matt Bruce, Kyle Taub fighting for second. Russell Windsor sneaks it into third, but Bruce seals it back on the bottom. Russell Windsor's car looks to be coming alive with 10 to go here. Ooh, as he brushes the wall just a little bit. Again, if Windsor holds that third place, I believe through points, he pulls a championship if he can finish third. Sisler 9 laps left to hang on to this lead. I'm thinking inside the sim rig of that 93, he is just praying that 21 holds off Windsor and that Kyle Taub doesn't put on another strong push here. This has been an incredible race at Texas, I must say. 8 laps the distance. I think if you're Kyle Taub, if that car's got anything left and you're trying to win this race, you got to start making that push here any second now and getting aggressive. But you also, yes, you don't have to. I would also, that is not what you want to see with the car in second place trying to pass for the win. I was going to say you want to be respectful for the leader as the leader is fighting for a points championship, but Kyle Taub's smacking that wall that hard. Definitely a move that Matt Sisler wanted to see, but a move Matt Sisler doesn't want to see is Russell Windsor sliding into third place, and I believe sealing that deal ahead of Matt Bruce for third. Absolute shootout here in the front of the pack. Got a battle for third between Matt Bruce and Russell Windsor. Russell Windsor, I believe, 10 points behind with a 12-point lead. That's going to allow Russell Windsor, assuming, to win this championship by 2 points if he doesn't lose this position. Now, Matt Sisler is just doing everything in his power to win this race and just leaving the rest of it to be history, to leave it out of his hands. He's doing everything right in his cockpit. He just needs fate to work for him. Russell is sneaky, he's decideful, and he's the GOAT. All right. Barometer in here. Three laps the distance. I don't see Taub having much of a fight in this one. I'm wondering if we might see the push from the 20 machine versus the 3 with 3 laps left here. We might be having a battle for second place. So Windsor gets the drive that's just going to open up that point spread a little bit more into the number 20's favor. What the hell is a PD? Performance enhancing drug. Sports usually say like steroids. Windsor coming around to the white flag. Matt Sisler in a hell of a position here. He has done everything right, and it's exciting to get the race win. But there's an asterisk next to it with Russell Windsor being in third right now. I do believe, unofficially, Russell Windsor is going to win the championship. Matt Sisler is going to pick up the win in Texas. He has done everything in his power to seal the deal. Russell Windsor crosses the stripe in third. We might see some double donuts. I believe we have 2 winners tonight. Assuming my math is correct. My math has been wrong about every time I've brought up math this year. Sisler is pulling at pit side. Russell Windsor also pulling at pit side. Not sure what is going on. Gonna try to get an interview from each of our drivers. As neither one of them are necessarily burning it down out front. I'm not sure if they know who won the championship. I understand Matt Sisler not wanting to go burn it down, as he may have been out by 1. And, well, let's grab Kyle Taub, as he is not necessarily in the debate for who wins the championship. So we're going to move him to the East booth. Kyle, it's Fred in the booth. You got a copy on me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Got to say, hell of a run out there. You were one of the few to keep pressure on Matt Sisler for the whole race. Ran a solid race, and you're standing P2 on the podium. How you feeling after Texas?
I did a lot of good things this race. I also made a very, very big oopsie on the first pit stop. But no, I was very happy with the ground I was able to make up after that mistake. It seemed like every time I popped over to my leaderboard, I'd look at the leader's time, and I'd see me, and I'd be anywhere from a 10th to 2 faster. So I was impressed that I was able to keep the speed going, and I was able to keep it off the wall going into pit road. But other than that, it sucks that I wasn't able to win this race, but at the same time, 93 was going for the championship. It was getting a little dicey there, kind of backed off a little bit, and then just had nothing left for those last 5 or so laps. But congrats to 93 on the win.
Yeah, no, that was a solid win. I believe, I'm trying to sort through the points. I think the 93 won the race, and the 20 right behind you won the championship on the season. And you were kind of the the cream in the middle of the Oreo there. So yeah, that was good. We were watching you, kind of that 10 to go mark. You guys were like side by side, just about trading paint on the doors, and obviously you're not wanting to get into the 93, knowing that he's running for a championship, and he may have just been a smidge quicker, but it seemed like you'd gain on him, then he'd pull away, and then you'd gain on him, and he'd pull away, and you'd set up some good moves, but it just wouldn't stick, I guess.
Yeah, there was definitely paint being traded there. And I mean, kudos to the 93, who we were able to trade paint like that for laps on end, and we both kept it straight and didn't kill each other. But no, that outside at the end of the race was a lot different than what it was on that first run when I was able to make the move for the lead early. That outside had a lot more grip on that final run. He was able to pinch down hard, which, I mean, I wasn't expecting it, but at the same time, cooler track. It's par for the course.
Right. So, what I'm assuming you're looking to come back for next season, and you're obviously going to be a contender next season because you're a contender this season. So, can we confirm you back for next year already?
Yes, I am on the roster for next season.
Awesome. All right, and do you say your last name is Taub or Tub?
Taub.
Okay, I've been saying it right then. All right, perfect. Well, before I send you back up to chat, anyone you want to thank or shout out or anything like that?
Yeah. Shout out to Blackout Coffee. If you need some coffee, head over to blackoutcoffee.com. Use code TUB20, 20% off your first order. Big shout out to the Juicy Spider guys.
All right, hell yeah. Well, congrats on P2. We look forward to seeing you next season, and look forward to some more interviews with you.
Will do.
All right, have a great rest of your night, dude. All right, Kyle Taub, he finished P2. I will say Matt Sisler reached out to me and requested no interview, so I will not push the issue on that one. I know that this was a good win, but a tough loss for the championship, and I think that's how we'll summarize that for the first place position. Again, this is all it's all pending the official results to be updated. So we're going to go ahead and grab what believes to be our champion. So, Mr. Russell Windsor, should I put your crown on you, my friend?
Did I win?
I think so. I believe you got a +3 points because Sisler got a 1x in at some point.
No, I got a 2x.
You got a 2x. Okay, so that neutralizes that. So he led the most laps. He led obviously a lap. You led a lap. So that neutralizes that 5. So he gained 5 on your 17, which would be 12. You finished in third, so he'd get 200 for the win. 195, so that would be a 10-point difference. So assuming the math is correct, you beat Matt Sisler by 2 points.
Yeah, I looked. Somebody already uploaded the results. So yeah, goodness gracious.
Wow, I'm not good at math, and I've been bad at math. I actually kind of not stopped the stream, but I stopped talking for a minute so I could figure out how all of these points work because I'm very unfamiliar with it, and I'm over here trying to talk numbers and learn the point system during a championship, which is probably terrible on my part, but.
Hey, I've been looking at it all week trying to figure out what I needed to do, and even I'm here at the end unsure. But I did say before the race, I felt like if I got third, I was good, no matter what Sisler did. If he didn't get the pole, which he didn't, so it worked out. I got him by 2 points. I don't think it can get much closer than this.
No, I don't think so. Not at all. I guess you could be 1 point, but
yeah. Well, here, if you think about it, he missed pole by 1/100th of a second,
and
which would have given him 10.
That would have been 8 points ahead of you where you're sitting right now.
Yep. So it was kind of 1/100th of a second between first and second in the championships. Pretty pretty crazy odds. So, man, that was really intense trying to get Bruce all race. I knew I needed to get into third,
Yep.
and that caution saved the day for me. I kind of got things worked out my way the last couple of weeks, really, to even be in this position, because Sisler is fast as can be. So,
Oh, for sure. And yeah, he's definitely a tough guy to catch, to pass, to beat. And on his aspect, he did everything right tonight. He went out. He had to lead the most laps. He led the most laps. He led a lap. He won the race. He did everything in his power, aside from getting pole, which, I mean, that's kind of a crapshoot. I mean, one wrong bobble, you're out of the pole, right? And he says he missed a mark coming into one, trying to put it on the pole, and I guess if he did, then that sucks on his aspect. But I mean, we're sitting here with the ARCA East champion right now.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. It was a really fun season all the way through. Really glad I joined this league. I had a good time in here, really, with all these guys. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody in this division. Everybody was fun to race with all year. It'll be interesting going to the Cup Series. If you're not broadcasting the Cup Series, I'll miss talking to you after these things.
Yeah, I think I'm East, but I think there's some contract stuff going on. But at the moment, I believe I'm East. So,
Well, get your money. I'll definitely be going back and watching your broadcast from this one, and I pretty much go back and watch all of them. So,
well, we definitely appreciate that. So, I, from friend to friend, want to congratulate you on the championship, and I believe the whole stream wants to congratulate you as well. You had Cody Wallace in chat hyping you up. We had a lot of Ty Weems fans, and he was kind of breaking the mold of that, rooting for you. He says you're super good. You're just bad at fantasy football, but you're good at flag football. So,
hey, I've been playing fantasy football with him for 10 years now, and I've never won the championship. So, he's got a point.
But, you know, you've got this trophy, and he doesn't. So,
that's true.
There you go. It's all about hanging the check on the wall at the end of the day, you know?
For sure. For sure.
So, for the final interview of East Season 2 with the champion, who would you like to thank, shout out?
Well, we'll give a shout out to Vivor, of course. My dad, my Uncle Bob, my mom are definitely all watching, so shout out to them, and Cody. And then my wife, and we've got a daughter coming along in September. So.
Oh, well, congratulations, man. That's exciting.
Yep, I appreciate it. It's pretty exciting. So, who knows? Maybe we'll watch this broadcast back someday when she's older and she can see the pinnacle of my motorsports career.
There you go. Dad is an honest champion. So, all right. Well, congratulations on the announcement of the new baby coming. And Cody's saying, shout out Shelby.
Yep, that's my wife.
Okay, all right. Nice.
I did shout her out, right? I didn't just.
No, you did.
You
did. Yep. So you're good. I don't think you're sleeping on the couch tonight. So, all right. Well, we're gonna let you go pop champagne with Vivor and go. I don't know if you're gonna hang this car up in the shop or what you're gonna do with it, but enjoy it, man. And we wish you the best of luck in Cup.
Thank you very much, Fred. Have a good night.
Yeah, you as well, man. All right, and there is our East Series Championship. And from myself to you all, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. For those that kind of know the story, is we had a little issue, a hiccup with the East broadcast, how everything kind of flowed. The Cup broadcast, there was some shifting. One broadcast crew decided that was no longer for them, so they left. We had some bobbles and some stuff, so I just kind of decided to throw my name in the ring, as I do some broadcasting over on Twitch. which is twitch.tv/pure_bread_Fred. If you want to go hang out there, we run some races over there as well. I want to give a shout out to the entire admin team, Sam Hoff, for kind of owning and managing and all the admins that make all of this happen. A lot of them race with us. I myself as one, but I'm not going to pat myself on the back for that. But these guys that you don't see, or maybe you do if you watch a lot of the cup racing, but do a lot of work on the back end of keeping this going, keeping all of this live, and being able to put out a product for you guys to watch and enjoy, trying to keep everyone happy and enforce rules as they need to be enforced. So from myself to you all, I appreciate you all tuning in for kind of the second half of the season here with Frozen Apex TV and myself, Fred. And I do believe we are returning for the next season, which will be early June. So until then, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Congratulations again to Russell Windsor and his V4 Motorsports team on the championship. Congrats to Matt Sisler on picking up the win tonight. I know it's not exactly what he was kind of wanting to have happen, but it's nice to see that he was able to get the win. He did everything in his power to secure himself a championship, but fell short of the championship even though he picked up the win. Russell Windsor picks it up by 2 single points. 2 points is the championship after a hard-fought season. So congratulations to the entire 20 team. And again, thank you all for tuning in each week. Appreciate you all. And we will see you guys on the next race.